Okay, so my camera's about to die, so we're gonna try to make this quick. I tried to do some blatant consumerism and go to the store and get like a new notebook and some fancy pens and a cute mug. Didn't get any of that, but I did get this really cute candle. It is Sparkling Mimosa by DW Home. I don't know. It smells insane. It is so good. But everything else was kind of a bust. You know, the notebooks were fine. There was a notebook I actually really liked, but it was like huge. And I'm really just looking for a replacement like writing pad. Cause I have this one, but I've used like 90% of it. There's really not a lot left. And I need something on my desk for me to just like scribble ideas, to-do lists, whatever. Anyway, there's like a specific type of notebook I want for that. And they just didn't have that specific type of notebook, you know? Anyway, so we did that cute little shopping trip. I got my coffee. It was so fun. And then I got home and my husband took over with the kiddos and I got to sit down and write for the first time today, which was really lovely. I finished the last chapter with like the cute little date scene and everything, and it was really good. And now I'm writing another scene that may or may not stay. I feel like I do this a lot when I'm writing with these two particular characters. I like write them getting close and then they butt heads on something, or some miscommunication happens or something goes wrong. They get close and then something happens. And like, I feel like they need a couple instances where things just go well for them. So I may end up rewriting this chapter pretty heavily, but we're just gonna leave it as is for now. If I don't like it here, I can always reuse it somewhere else. So it's a first draft. We're just letting it flow. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what project I'm talking about, hi, hello, my name is Megan. I am currently working on what I'm calling Project Star Stuff, which is a bit of an anti-romantasy. There is a fantasy setup, there is a romance B-plot, but it does not follow the romantasy formula at all. The concept is that the astrological signs typically exist in a place called the astral plane, but one day they wake up on Earth and they have to figure out how the hell to get back home. The story is told from Capricorn's point of view, which I love. I'm obsessed and I'm having so much fun with it. We are officially 24,320 words in. I have written 1,125 words today, and I've written 4,920 words in November, which I am seriously behind for this 50,000 word challenge. We're gonna have to do some like 5 or 10,000 word days on the weekends, because now part of this is just the normal, like it's during the week and there's stuff to do and kiddos and business and whatever. But some of this is that I've been really sick the last couple of days. If you watched my vlog a couple of days ago, I was like, I couldn't write because I was so dizzy. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And yeah, no, I was getting sick. Something was going on in my sinuses that made me dizzy, I think. Because the last several days I've had like such a runny nose, and I even had like a pretty significant fever the other night, I think, because I was under like 8 blankets and I was shivering. So I haven't been feeling great. So writing has not really been the top priority, but I am feeling much, much, much better today. And I do think I'm gonna call it tonight. At the 1,125 words. I know I could probably get more, but I'm finding this rhythm where I used to try to like finish out a chapter and then I would start fresh at a new chapter the next time I sat down to write. But I'm finding that that actually doesn't work very well for me, because then I'm just staring at a blank screen and I get that blank screen feeling, and I don't like that. I would rather pick up mid-chapter. So I'm like mid to towards the end of the chapter. So I'm just gonna leave it. That way I can pick up in the middle of the chapter tomorrow instead of having to stare at a blank screen. You might say, Megan, you could just finish this chapter and then write even more. To which I say, no, it is 9 o'clock and I am sleepy. I am going to read some You Exist Too Much by Zaina Arafat, and I'm super excited for this. So I'm just gonna chill tonight. Oh, but I will leave you with one of my favorite lines that I wrote in this session, because I think that's a fun little tradition. So here we go. It says, "You're sorry?" Capri asked, her voice coming out as a croak. She stared at the sidewalk. "I'm sorry. I'm acting like a complete and total lunatic. That keeps happening to me, and I don't understand why, and it's so stupid," she said, kicking an acorn. Okay, there is one more line I want to share with you that's slightly happier and cuter, so here we go. It says, "It felt like relief, like coming in from a bitter cold, like a chord she hadn't realized was out of tune, writing itself at long last. All right, I think that is it for me for tonight. Hopefully I'll be back writing tomorrow. There's a write-in tomorrow at a cafe and I would love to go, except I have a meeting. So alas, I will just have to write on my own time. But I would love to bring you guys with me to some of the write-ins that are in my city for this month, because there's actually a lot of cool stuff going on and I think that's really awesome. So I want to try to go to some of it, be a little more social, make some friends. But hopefully I'll make friends with you guys here on YouTube too. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, let me know in the comments when your favorite time to write is, and then also what time you actually end up writing the most, because let's be honest, they're not always the same. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys tomorrow.